What's next? What's next? Na 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 na. What's next? What's next? Na 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 na. What's next? What's next? Na 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 na. What's next?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Again with me Yusfarizal Yussoff with our What's Next podcast series number 5. So again this What's Next podcast is brought to you especially to discuss about most of the issues nowadays in Malaysia, especially economic, politic, social issue and issue related to our youth, and also a current issue for the general Malaysian public and especially for Selangorian. So last week we have a session with Setiausaha Badan Perhubungan PAS Negeri Selangor, Tuan Haji Zaidi. We talked a lot about infrastructure, his experience with the Selangor government, and the idea of the practical idea to develop the infrastructure in Negeri Selangor. And today we have a very special guest. As you notice that this series we do it in English language. The last series we do it in Bahasa. So this series we do in English language, full in English. And today we have a very special guest with a very special topic. So I hope the audience will enjoy our podcast today. And our podcast today, the topic is PAS for all, a reality or fantasy. A reality or fantasy. And with us today is a very, as I said, a very special guest. We have with us in our studio today Dr. Balachandran Anak Lelaki Gopal Krishnan. Doctor, how are you?
Great, Yusfarizal. It's a great privilege to be around.
Thank you very much for spending your time coming here to Selangor and join us in What's Next podcast. And for the benefit of our audience tonight, many of you already know Dr. Balachandran. Is very famous, ahli masyarakat, or you say that important leaders of a society. Dr. Bala has been in media, has been talking and advocating issues on a general public and also do charity in Malaysia, and we've seen him a lot in media. But for the benefit of those who willing to know more about Dr. Bala is now actually Ketua Penerangan Dewan Himpunan Pendukung PAS Malaysia, DHPP Pusat, and he is also AJK, Ahli Jawatan Kuasa Badan Perhubungan PAS Negeri Terengganu, and Ketua Dewan Himpunan Pendukung PAS Terengganu or DHPP Terengganu. And at the same time, Dr. Bala is also pegawai khas kepada to the Menteri Besar Terengganu, Dr. Sam kita, pegawai khas hal ehwal bukan Islam kepada Menteri Besar Terengganu. And I was informed just now, I was talking to Dr. Bala before the session, he got his PhD in human resource from US. So he is I can say expert in human, not only human resource, but dealing with human, public relation, and also what we call modal insan, and how to engage with human. Okay, Dr. Bala, one thing, the major or the big question that come into my mind when we want to invite you as a guest speaker. You've been with PAS for more than 20 years, I guess, right? Almost 20 years. So I want to understand, Dr. Bala, being a non-Muslim, non-Malay, and we know that PAS is you call Parti Islam Malaysia. By the name itself, it is Parti Islam, and you've been with PAS for almost 20 years. So why and how a non-Muslim, a non-Malay, become so steadfast with PAS, become so confident with PAS, and fight together with PAS? We want to know that, Dr. Bala.
Thank you so much, Yus.
Yes.
Anyway, a very good evening to all of our audience here today. It is indeed a privilege to be with you all, to share my view, my thoughts. I would not say that what I'm going to say is the truth, the gospel truth, no, but it's for you all to ponder and wonder and think about it and give it a thought so that we will be able to rationalize and see things in the right perspective. Okay, you see, I was never a politician. I am a reluctant politician.
Reluctant politician.
But for me, I've always asked the question, sometimes we see a lot of unfairness, a lot of discrimination, a lot of sideline of our community in the beginning. So there was a search for a solution to this problem.
Yeah.
You know? So in the process of that, of course, I do a lot of study on comparative study of religion, and I realized that if this country is going to be peaceful, per se, it has got to be led by the majority of the people. That is Malay Muslims.
Yes, yes.
And for them, they have this religion to guide them, to create about the so-called unity. But a lot of people do not understand because unless you really sit and study about it and you want to venture and investigate truth independently, then you see things in a different perspective. So for me, I wanted to find out where can I find an organization that can actually be accountable for its action.
I see.
You see? To ensure that there is fairness, there is inclusivity, and there is unity in bringing about forming that community that we're looking forward to. To say that, you know, there should be no discrimination in the terms of race, religion, or culture.
I see.
Okay?
I
So
see.
in my quest for that, we had a lot of arguments with my friends. We used to talk about, and then we also suddenly came to talk about PAS as an Islamic party. But for us at that point, I'm talking about 20 years ago, PAS at that point of time, and even during the 1990s when they took over Kelantan,
Yes.
we are very skeptical about how could PAS govern with all these so-called rhetorics on religion,
Yes,
being
yes,
an
yes.
ulama. You know,
Yes.
we were brought up in the sense that, you know, ulamas have no place for this modern world. You know, they are supposed to be in the pondok, you know,
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
there
yeah,
and, you know,
yeah.
things like that. But to ensure that we wanted to find out the truth, so I always believe that we should go and find out or get it from the horse's mouth yourself. So we decided, a group of us, okay, let's go and meet up with the MB of Kelantan then.
I see.
Okay.
The late Ni
The
Aziz.
late Tuan Guru Nik Aziz. Of course, that time we were very, we feel that we know everything. You know, who is Tuan Guru, man with the kopiah and things like that. You know, we had that perception because we didn't know him as a person.
Yes.
But we know PAS was very, very clear in their. They want to empower the religion. They want to ensure that we live in a very safe environment. Okay. So when we made that approach, so we managed to get an appointment to see him, and it was somewhere in 1990s and somewhere during we got the time about 4 o'clock to see him. Even that was something that we wanted to know, because when you don't like a person, everything is wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
if you don't like a person, whatever you do is wrong.
Yeah.
So we thought, what this person giving me as at 4 o'clock when 4:15 the office ends. Maybe he doesn't want to see us. You know, all this perception we have in our mind. Because it's very clear that when we don't like a person, we have so many things to talk about.
Yes.
So we went. Nevertheless, we went because we wanted to prove a point that, of course, PAT can only govern this place maybe for another 3 months.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
So when we went and organized, when we saw him, we managed to get an appointment to see him. Then, when we went into his office at 4 o'clock, it was a bit dim. There was a light on his table, and the MD was not around.
Oh.
So we asked the office personnel there, where is the MB? He says, he told him dia solat.
Okay.
Solat asar.
Okay.
So we also again, you call us and then you want to go for prayers.
Yeah.
You know that feeling in us. We just wanted to crack it up lah. So we went. Nevertheless, in the midst of that, the office person brought us a trolley with teo and some place in front of that. And then in the midst, we were talking with each other. I said, you better ask this question. Whether past is relevant, whether Islam is relevant, whether he can govern the multiracial society, things of that nature. Try to put him in his place. So that we say that it's time, maybe they should not even talk about religion. Because politics and religion should not come hand in hand.
Yeah.
They are two separate entities.
Yes.
So this is what we were. So in the midst of you discussing, suddenly the door, because his solar room is behind his table.
I see.
The door opened and came out a small figure with that singlet and then a saru. We, for a moment, we thought it was like, or maybe somebody, the MB is weak lah. Together in the prayers.
Yeah.
And then they say, itu Menteri Muslim. And when he came out, he gave us a smile.
Okay.
He gave us a smile. He just walked to the trolley. He took the coffee with a cup. He just pointed for us. We lost everything. We forgot our question. We forgot what we wanted to do because it was something we could not grasp. And MB was that nature coming and serving people he doesn't know. No, for us, MB that time was one.
Yeah, lah, MB, right.
You got people to. So when that happened, we all were shocked. We didn't. In fact, me, I've forgotten what we want to ask also. That shock.
You don't expect a humble person.
Then as we were shocked, he also tell us, cool down. He started off with that. Tokmu dan tokku sama je.
Oh, really?
He started off with that.
Wow.
He said, our ancestors are the same. There's nothing for you to be worried about.
Yes.
And also he have basically said, don't worry, we will sit and talk. And you don't have to worry because I know what questions you are going to ask because I've been facing that for the last few months.
Yes.
So let's sit and talk. And then we started the conversation. He clearly said what we wanted to ask. He defined about why religion and politics should go hand in hand, why there has to be inclusivity, there has to be justice and the fairness so that the world, Malaysia in whole, will be created for the good for everyone.
For everyone, yeah.
So when after that, you see, we from 4:15, it took us until almost about Maghrib.
Wow, that long.
And then he said time. So when we came out of that conversation, we actually were relocating ourselves from an ignorant party to a person who have known the truth. Daripada alam jahil kepada alam kebenaran. So that is how the whole concept came about. So from that, we took it upon ourselves to investigate that there is people like this in Islamic leadership. And from that, we made it a point to investigate the Quran. Whether the Quran has got guarantees for non-Muslim that they can take care of us, that there will be no communal politics in the religion, there will be no what we call racism in the religion, and there will be inclusivity for all. That in the process of searching for the truth, I came about 3 verses of the Quran that is very relevant. Number 1, when we talk about Islam allows you to have freedom of religion, for you to speak, for you to practice a religion. There is no force, there is no compulsion.
Yes.
It is very clearly guaranteed in Surah Al-Kafirun 1096.
Okay.
Your religion is yours, my religion is mine.
Yes.
It is a guarantee from the Quran. It is not something that the leader, it's guaranteed. You take care of your religion, we take care of ours, number 1. And number 2, Surah Al-Maidah ayat 8. It talks about justice. It says, O believers, stand firm for Allah and bear true testimony. Do not let the hatred of a people lead you to injustice.
Yes.
Jangan sekali-sekali kebencian kamu terhadap sesuatu kamu itu mendorong kamu melakukan ketidakadilan.
Yes.
Yes. But be just. This is closer to righteousness. And be mindful of Allah. Surely Allah is all aware of what you do.
Yeah.
Even if you hate me, you must be fair to me if I'm right. That is the guarantee of the Quran. What else can I ask for?
Right.
And the other one is Surah Hujarat, chapter 49, verse 13. It says, "Oh humanity." It doesn't say, "Oh Melayu, oh China," only. It says, "Oh humanity." It says, "Indeed, we created you from a male and a female, and made you into peoples and tribes so that you may get to know one another." Get to know one another, not fight with one another. You know, surely the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous among you, and Allah is truly all-knowing, all-aware. These are not just slogans, my dear friend. These are not slogans. These are governance principles.
I see.
For us to be involved. Of course, we can. People come and say, "Yeah, they're not following." That is not an issue that we should be worried about, because when PAS is a party that is divinely ordained, and it has accountability to God. And we believe you are wrong, you are accountable. That's fair, because human beings have got their weaknesses.
Yes.
But the religion is very clear about it, you know. So that makes me to see the way we can work together in this. You see, all the religions have got formula for unity.
Yeah.
We are not telling Hinduism has got not. Everyone has got a formula. But the majority in Malaysia is Muslims. So they should lead. They should weigh towards unity so that we can actually support them, mendukung them in creating a very fair, inclusive and united society.
All right.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you. Dr. Bala, I mean, very interesting insight. I mean, 20 years ago, you were, your heart was touched by Allah Yarhamni Aziz of his gesture, and then you research on Islam. You found this guiding principle that you are convinced that Islam have given guarantee to non-Muslim as well. But what interesting to me is you use the word accountability, right? Accountability just now. PAS leader or PAS is have accountability, and many people now, many political parties talk about accountability, giving promise that they could govern Malaysia, they could govern the state, they could do good to people. But you said about accountability, and you say PAS will give that guarantee. What actually is the difference between PAS, who you said about accountability, with other political parties?
This is where a lot of people have the wrong conception that religion and politics should not go hand in hand.
Yeah,
This was the footing that was wrong from the beginning.
I see.
Religion must guide politicians,
All right.
because when you are guided by religion, you will know what is right, what is wrong,
Yeah,
and you know you are accountable to God.
I see.
When you don't have religion to guide you, you become God. And when you become God,
Chaos.
chaotic. So, for me, when you talk about accountability, it has got a guarantee. You have to do it. If not, you'll be punished. So, in the Quran, it's very clear.
Yes.
Perhitungan dosa dan pahala. So, when you are guided by religion, you must have this perhitungan dosa dan pahala.
I
And
see.
that's why we believe that the leaders in Islam, they are obliged. It is their right, it is their religious obligation to ensure that they uphold truth in governance.
Because of that
That's why the
accountability.
three verses I said is not just a slogan, but it's a governing principle.
Governing principle.
You
So
know?
that
So
because
if
of
they
that,
do wrong, of course they are human beings, they are bound to do wrong, but they are accountable
I
to
see.
God, not to anybody else. You cannot say that, I'm the boss. In other constitution, you are the boss.
yes.
The president decide what's right, what's wrong,
Yes.
and go on.
And he
But
can
in-
change.
He can change as and when he likes.
Yes.
But in past, you can do whatever you can say. But because it is a religiously and divinely ordained party, it has accountability to God.
I see.
And that is what gives me that confidence that I can sit and I can be, because I know the Quran guarantees that for us.
I see. Very clear. Your thought is surprisingly, not surprisingly, very very clear, because I rarely have this conversation with a very clear thinking non-Muslim. But we are talking politics. We are talking about perception, Dr. Bala. Maybe I want to touch about that. The perception of the public. Many critics say that PAS is extremist party, taking a hard line on certain issues, as compared to, if I could say, compared to PKR, is more liberal in sense of policy and things like that. But PAS is taking hard line on certain things, Islamic, fundamentalists, extremists, and so on. Some even call PAS state will become a Taliban state. That has been going around for quite some time. But how do you see whether this perception is actually true? With your experience in 20 over years in PAS, whether this is true or actually it is a misguided perception?
The problem with a lot of us, we do not investigate truth independently.
I see.
We are governed, we are controlled, we are being influenced by all the social media,
Yes.
which is not giving us the right thing. Of
Yes.
course, the social media has right to do what they are, but we as human beings, God has given us that mind to investigate truth independently.
I see.
And empowering one religion is not extremism.
Yes. Yes.
You see, the Muslims have got the right to empower the religion.
All right.
And so have Hindus, so have Christians.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean it is extremism. Extremism is when you stop another religion believers to
practice
pursue their beliefs,
Yes.
and to practice their culture.
right.
That is extremism. You look at Kelantan today. Nobody from Kelantan or Terengganu ran out from Kelantan and Terengganu saying that PAS is there. They are all very extreme. We cannot live there.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying that. Everyone is, because we always believe to create harmony, we must learn how to be comfortable in an uncomfortable environment.
Oh, sweet things to say. I mean, yes. That's why in Kelantan you say have temple.
We learn how to be, we understand each other. We learn how to be comfortable. We learn how to be, what we call, understand each other's problems. We know, that we have to sit together, because to have harmony, you cannot one-sidedly say you are right, you are wrong. For example, I give you in Terengganu. Terengganu is one unique when it comes to puasa time. We have the meriam bursting,
Okay.
the sign of breaking point, boom.
Oh.
So
right.
it actually, for a lot of people, it's like a nuisance.
Okay.
Wow, why so noisy?
So loud,
But we have come to use that. That is the way it has been there. We learn
The
how to live
culture,
with it.
the
Yeah.
culture.
And then we have in the temple, we have the temple bell ringing.
Yes.
We have mosque, we have temple, we have churches, the same area. Everyone live in understanding that we learn how to be comfortable in an uncomfortable environment
I see.
to create the harmony. So when you talk about being hard on issues, you cannot compromise on truth.
Truth, yeah.
You cannot. You have to be very hard on truth, because even in the Hindu scriptures, apart from, of course, the religion of Islam and Christ, they talk about upholding truth. The Hindu scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita is very clear. It says, when injustice stands before you, Lord Krishna talks to Arjuna. There's a conversation. Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjuna.
All right.
You do not ask who is committing it.
Okay.
You ask what is right, and you stand for it. Dharma means the truth. Your benevolence is above relationship. So if some of your friends, of your family is doing the wrong thing, you must stand up and say, no, you are wrong. You cannot just because they are your friends and say it's okay. It is that the Bhagavad Gita didn't teach us that. Stand for what is right, not who is in front of you. It's very clear. So the same thing PAS is doing. When it comes to truth, they are very clear about that. They will stand and say, wrong is wrong, right is right. Of course, truth can be very bitter. About that.
Of course.
But
people are afraid of truth.
But that is the truth.
Yes.
You have to accept the fact that it is truth. You cannot be compromising that. When you compromise the truth, then you have no values.
True.
That is the basis, your platform for you to build up all the other things, your virtues, trustworthiness, cleanliness, what we call love, embracing love. All this comes with that kind of thing. So there is no issue about why PAS is so hard on certain issues. They are because it is the truth. Correct.
The truth.
Because in PAS, as I said, they have to uphold their religion and to protect the people. And at the same time, as a government of a certain state, they are also accountable for beautifying morality of the people.
Morality.
That means how you move around, what you do. So and the dynamics in Terengganu is very different. is about 97% were Muslims. The dynamic is different. You can apply the same dynamic to Selangor.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
But the end of the day, every religion talk about beautifying morality. It is not only the Islam. Hinduism talk about beautifying morality. Christianity talk about beautifying morality. So, what is our problem? When PAS, as a government, talks about having laws to ensure that we all follow and beautify morality. What's wrong with it? See? So we have to understand that, because as I said, when you hate a person, everything they do is wrong.
Yes.
Even one pokok tumbang also, that thing fall because of past. So I did a lot of my research on this. That's why I'm very clear that, you see, me, the special officer MB of Terengganu, we never had that position before. It was created to ensure that we can understand and communicate, consult on creating this coexistence between Muslims and non-Muslims.
Yes.
In creating what Terengganu's slogan is, Terengganu maju, berkat dan sejahtera.
Maju, yes.
So in that context, we are there. If PAS is a religion that is extreme, you think I'll be sitting with them? A lot of people will tell to me also, they say, "Hola, you are now pegawai house. You got your allowance. You got your thing." Yeah, that is 2018. I became a PAS member 2007. We were there on fighting with then only PAS had 2 MPs, 10 MPs, and one state. We were still there. So what are you talking about? 2018. This is the result of what we have done. But you cannot say that because you're now pegawai house. We were there 2007. Maybe people who come new, we can talk about it, but it's not about people like us. We were there to build it up. So we know what we are going through. We know the face. Of course, we were ridiculed when I became DHPP. They say a lot of people talk to me being a traitor to Hindu. But frankly speaking, when I was with PAS and I saw them empowering the religion, it actually gave me that push that I should also empower mine. And actually I became a better Hindu being in PAS, because I started reading the Bhagavad Gita, I started reading the Tirumandiram, I started reading the Tirukural. Make me a better Hindu in that sense.
I see.
So for me, I have nothing to lose in that sense. So if you love someone, because hate does not cease by hate, you must replace it with love.
All right.
If you start hating a person, you'll continue hating that person.
Yes.
It'll never end. And every time you put a hate there, everything is wrong. So why don't just replace it with love? You see things very differently.
Okay. Oh my God. I mean, this is loaded with information and beautiful phrases from Dr. Bala. But I like that. I like that the last part. You say that with PAS you become a better Hindu.
Yes, of course.
So it means, as a conclusion, that while PAS is empowering, of course, the majority of the PAS member and also Malaysian, empowering Malay Muslim, empowering the religion of Islam, but that doesn't mean extremism or preventing other religion to empower their religion.
No, it is a clear cut. If there is extremism, if you are stopping people from doing things, all the fellows non-Muslim in Kelantan, Terengganu ran away
already.
You go and ask them. People who are complaining about Terengganu is not Terengganu people. They're people outside.
Yeah.
So what is their problem?
Yes.
You come and ask us. Like, you want to know about PAS, you ask people in PAS. You don't ask your neighbor who is not about PAS. You want to know about my family, you ask me. You don't ask my neighbor.
Of course.
You want to know about DHPP, ask me. Because DHPP is not something that what we call we are supporting PAS outside PAS, DHPP are inside the party structure. That is what makes a difference. We are in the party structure, and DHPP proves PAS is not a party only for Muslims, but a party guided by Islam to govern a multi-religious society.
Yes.
We are inspired by the principles of Islam to govern a multi-religious society. So we must also understand that concept. What is Perjuangan PAS? What are they trying to do? So let us work together. A lot of things have been happening. Everyone has been talking about this matter, that matter. Today, Kelantan has been there almost for 34 years we passed.
Yes.
Terengganu is coming to the second term.
Yes.
In fact, we won 32-0. What does it show? If PAS is doing the wrong track, they would have lost a lot of things long ago.
Correct,
Of course,
correct.
people will say, yeah, there are 99% Muslims there.
Yeah.
Fine. But we are penetrating already. We have 43 MPs now. Earlier, we had only 10, 5, 8 MPs. So, we are showing to the people that if you give PAS and Islam a chance, we will be able to take care of things. Because you see, a lot of people mistaken. They think that when PAS wanted to unite the Malays, or they're becoming very racist. But I look at it very differently. I see for the Malays and Muslims who are the majority to take care of the non-Muslims, they must be first united.
Yes.
They must be united first, so that when they are united, they have the space for us to take care of us. They cannot be taking care of the non-Muslims and leaving them disunited. You see? So I believe that yes, it's time that PAS is going to play a role in uniting the Muslims. And at the same time, once they're united, it is their religious obligation to take care of the non-Muslims.
I see.
Who are not their enemies, but their friends. Of course, non-Muslim enemies, they will defend the fight. There's no doubt about that. But Muslims who are their friends, it is their religious obligation to ensure that they are taken care of. In their
So
state.
you're convinced that if PAS govern, non-Muslim welfare will be taken care?
Yes.
Right?
You know why? Because you see, a lot of people understand things in a different method about the issue of kafir. Kafir.
Yeah.
That has become a big issue.
Yes.
You see, of course, when you talk in the concept of in the context of Quran, when you talk about kafir, it refers to a lot of enemies of Islam.
Yes. Yes.
You see, so the enemies of Islam, they refer to as kafir arbi. Okay, these whoever they come, they'll defend in the fight. But when it comes to the friends of Islam, the kafir zimmi, the Prophet, may peace be upon him, is very clear. Those who hurt a zimmi, kafir zimmi, is like hurting me. But you look at where he put us.
That's another guarantee.
That's another guarantee from the Prophet himself.
Yes.
So, if there's any Islamic leaders who do not take care of the zimmis, you are answerable to God.
Against the Prophet teaching.
So it is another governing principle.
I see.
So why? Of course, we are not saying that they might want, they will just only talk. Yes, but they will talk. Humans will talk, but the Quran will never talk. That is the governing principles.
I see.
So I'm governed by that. I still believe that we will be taken care of because it is their religious obligation to take care of us.
I see.
The kafir who are their friends. So I always tell them, you don't have to vote us, just be our friends, we'll take care of you.
yeah, true.
So that's how the whole thing must end. Because a lot of people say you are still a kafir, wala. You know, you are still a kafir. You are dijanamkan dalam. That is your perception. But I believe what the Prophet says. Non-Muslims under the administration who are friends have to be taken care of.
You're still free to practice your religion, and even you say that
I've been there for 20 years. Nobody has forced me to become Muslim.
Yes.
Because whether you want to become a Muslim is the will of God.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you
It's a matter of
cannot be
faith.
doing things the way and start adjusting accordingly. Of course, a lot of people will say, "Bala, sometimes you're talking nonsense." It's a truth. Sometimes is known as nonsense in the beginning. People ridicule it to the brim, but that is the fact.
Okay, doctor. Maybe let's move to another area lah.
Okay.
I would say that the perception is out there. PAS cannot govern. PAS don't know how to do economic policy. Now they say that PAS being opposition also have no issue, just raise a minor issue, that there's no clear economic policy that PAS can offer to the people. There's no professionals in PAS, all this perception. So how do you see this, whether PAS actually can govern Malaysia one day, whether they are able, whether PAS leadership can actually govern Malaysia and bring Malaysia to the new heights?
You see, when you're talking about governing Malaysia, it is not about compromising your values.
Yes.
And then you will say, okay, it doesn't matter, let's do everything that we can do. You want to, whatever, there is no control. It doesn't work that way, because freedom does not mean moral chaos. Freedom or governance must still preserve societal morality. And that is what PAS is doing.
I see.
Others are suiting their needs.
Yes.
But look at the society today. How much of mental cases, how much of
very
suicide.
bad, yes.
Everyone is stressed.
Yes.
Why? Because they are so involved in going into so much material part of life, they forgot the spiritual part of life itself.
That's what happened in Europe and
Because
US as well.
Spirituality and what we call material thing must be in balance. You cannot have too much of high spirituality, then you become very extreme. When you become too high material, you become very destructive. So you need to balance, and religion teaches to balance. So in the context of Islam, they empower their religion to ensure that they're all on the right track, and they also help us to beautify our morality. For example, a lot of people talk about why PAS close the gambling dens, controlling alcohol. For me, no religion supports gambling and alcohol.
Yeah.
The religion of Hinduism is also very, very clear. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says drunkards are equivalent to a living corpse.
I see.
Okay, for us, and now there are a lot of campaign going, no alcohol, Deepavali without alcohol, all this kind of thing, because it is part of our religion teachings.
I see.
But we cannot do anything because we don't have that authority or the puncha kuasa.
Yes.
PAS has got that, and their religion also is almost the same kind of thing that they say alcohol is haram and gambling is haram. So they use that authority as a government to close that. Actually, we should be thankful to PAS because they are actually enforcing our religious laws as well.
I see. That goes back to your morality.
Correct. If they are enforcing our religious law, they are not doing something new to us. So what's next after this?
What's next? Yeah.
So the people have to start giving PAS a chance.
Correct.
You have given so many people so many chances. And you have given so many chances. They continue doing the whole mistake.
60 years
now we
over.
have given a PH the same old story now. Why don't give PAS a chance?
But nowadays, let's talk about that. I mean, people say that our PMX now, is somebody say that PMX is a godsend leader and can do many things, can do miracles to Malaysia. But slowly we see that there's so many issues, even economy issues, and then the promise that has not been fulfilled. So how do you see this?
Use is a good fruit.
Okay.
Comes from a very good tree.
Yes.
Very simple.
Yes.
So your result of what you are doing is how good you are as a leader. Walking the talk, fear of God in you. A lot of people talk about being fear of God. They become God actually.
Yes. Yes.
So a good tree brings good fruit. So if a leader is good, he will bring good thing. People will not complain. What is happening now is that most leaders are so rhetoric. They talk so many things.
Yes.
Promising the sky and the moon, and when they come to reality,
they cannot fulfill.
So that's why it is also a lesson for us in the opposition. We should be very moderate in what we are trying to say. You tell them what we can do and what we cannot do and why we cannot do. But important thing, your platform is based on having the fear of God in you, so that you will cut down on doing the wrong things. So basically that's how you look at it. So whether PMX is good or not good is for us to see the results. Let's see the results. What is the result doing? Of course, if it's really good, then you support him. Nobody's stopping it. But when you support and then you complain about it, then something is really wrong. You see, let's look at the result of what is it. The last 3 years, yes, what he has done. He could have done one or two good things. You're not doing them. But a lot of things are not in the right direction. Some of them say he has not enough time. Okay, fine. We'll give him life. Another 2 years, he says God. Let's see what he says. Let him do. What I'm telling is, we have given everybody a chance, and nobody, no party that was governing Malaysia was divinely ordained.
Divinely ordained. Yeah.
PAS is the only party that's divinely ordained. So let's give that a chance,
Yes.
and we see whether it happens or not.
All right. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. We are together with us today is Dr. Balachandran. Loaded of information. I enjoy the discussion very much. So we take a quick break to allow Dr. Bala to sip some water. So we'll come back short while discussing about PAS for all, a reality or fantasy. See you. Okay, we are still here in What's Next podcast with your host tonight. I'm Yusfarizal Yussoff, and we have together with us a very, very special guest, Dr. Balachandran, Ketua Penerangan DHPP, Dewan Himpunan Pendukung PAS Pusat, which is also the special officer ataupun pegawai khas tentang hal ehwal bukan Islam, kepada Menteri Besar Terengganu, Dr. Yang Amat Berhormat Dr. Samsuri. Okay, and we have discussed before about the principle, the guiding principle in PAS, and how PAS empowering religion of Islam, and at the same time allow other religion to be practiced, and other community to empower their religion, and also the principle of justice and fairness that give a conviction to Dr. Bala to stay and fight with PAS and be with PAS for almost 20 over years in DHPP, which is Dewan Himpunan Pendukung PAS. And Dr. Bala, let's talk about DHPP. Yeah, the Dewan Himpunan Pendukung PAS, I think now in the last muktamar, I think it's already been decided that the ahli for DHPP can become ahli bersekutu, right?
Yeah.
So how can you explain how the DHPP function, and whether DHPP is given opportunity in PAS to also maybe join in to decide on policy matters, on leadership, taking a leadership role in PAS, whether DHPP has been given function and opportunity in PAS. Dr. Bala.
Thank you, Yus. Again, I'm trying to emphasize, DHP is not a symbolic entity. Okay? It is a structured wing within PAS for non-Muslims to participate in politics, policy and governance.
I see.
That is our role. And again, I'm telling, we are not a separate entity with PAS. We are inside the party structure. And that's why we hold position, attend meeting, contribute to policy discussions, and represent community concerns in PAS itself.
I see.
We discuss within that PAS, what we call committee or the council.
All right.
See, like I'm in the Terengganu PAS council.
Yes.
I'm there to talk all my issues. In that council, we have the MB, we have the EXCOs. We can actually bring out all our issues there.
I see.
And we have that authority.
I see.
We have got that right, which no other entity have in the context of non-Muslim.
I see.
DHPP is the only entity that can sit with PAS
At that level?
at that level and talk with them.
I see.
We don't have a separate kind of, alliance. And then we just discuss and just bring up issues. We are there
Inside
together with them. Yes.
at that level.
Okay. And as I said, the moral limits that allows PAS to govern is because they are bounded by the Quran. Okay? And the moral limits says that it cannot oppress, it cannot discriminate, it cannot be unjust even to those we disagree with.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of issues we can talk about. We have that openness in that. whether they want to apply or not apply, depending on the situation.
Yes.
You see, the dynamics in Terengganu is very different compared to Selangor.
Other states,
See?
Selangor.
So we have to see our position, our composition in that for us to have that demand when we talk about things. By end of the day, we all are into ensuring that we empower our religion and our morality for the betterment of all. So that is one of the roles that DHPP is playing, and we are a bridge between the Muslims and the non-Muslims. Whatever the news that we want to bring, we bring it to the non-Muslim to understand that this is how it works.
I see.
Make them work together in coexistence. How we can
Peaceful
work together, peaceful
coexistence.
and move on. So this is one of the very what we call uniqueness of past, because they talk about entertainment. We are not against entertainment. A lot of so DAP's role is to balance that issues of entertainment, like social issues, public conduct, because all these in past are guided by moral boundaries.
Yes.
A lot of other people, they don't care the moral boundaries, they just do whatever they want to do. But we are guided, all this entertainment, and DHPP's role is to sit and understand this
I see.
and educate both Muslims and non-Muslims why we are doing that.
I see.
So that to make the non-Muslim understand that in past, what differs is morality is part of its governance.
I see. All right.
You know what I mean?
Very clear. Very clear.
So that is why we talk about your dressing. We talk about how you talk. We talk about things that does not bring only chaotic things to. So we talk about that. So as I said again, past is to empower their religion for their people and to beautify morality for our side.
Okay.
And DHP's role is to be in between to ensure everything is put into place accordingly.
Okay, I think that's really reflect on me when we read history of the ancient world, where you focus on the development, you focus on economy, and also modern days in Europe, in US, where you focus so much on economic development, but you forget about the humanity, you forget about the morality, and then that's why you see all the moral decay, all the social problems, and then you back to square one. The economic development is no use already because of the society is crumbling and destroyed because of there's no element of morality that have been emphasized. So Dr. Bala give a clear insight to us that the governments that govern must govern based on the guiding principle, which includes morality. So we have that clear today. And Dr. Bala, okay, talking about just now you said about peaceful coexistence, understanding each other has become the bridge between non-Muslim and Muslim. We have a hot issue this morning, I think, in Parliament, right? This is about understanding, because the HPP may be the bridge, but in some other political party, they don't understand. They don't really understand. Wabinga Komeng, in Parliament, say use the Arabic word, we can understand that, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah, but he also said about I want to do sujud syukur, and then previously outside Parliament he said that I want to do solat hajat. That stirs some issues among Muslim, and then YB Zaila said something asking about whether you're a believer because you mentioned about the Muslim ritual. How do you see this episode of whether YB Ngakomeng really meant that, understand that, or what is the line that should be drawn there?
You see, everyone has the right to understand Islam.
Okay.
Islam is for all.
Yes.
Okay. But there must be reverence to it.
All right.
There must be respect to it.
Respect.
You don't treat Islam as another NGO, another political party that you can play around with. They are guided by their akidah, that is their their
Faith.
doctrines.
Yeah, doctrine.
Okay, you don't go into the doctrines.
I see.
They have to be very clear between salutations. Alhamdulillah, these are all things that
Yeah,
anybody
that's
can
fine,
say.
yeah.
But when you talk about hajat, you cannot be talking when you are a non-Muslim.
Hmm.
Imagine a Muslim suddenly going to the temple and say he want to conduct the prayer.
Is it?
So you don't make the religion a mockery. The problem with Ngah Komeng, he always makes Islam a mockery issue. And when that happens and when he start talking, people get very angry.
Yeah.
You are provoking something that you know you're not supposed to do, but you are just trying to provoke. And I think his time pass should not be paying attention to him.
Yes.
As much as we defend the religion, yes, but we should not be paying attention to this kind of people who have no what we call sincerity in what they are doing. You have to be sincere. You are the way you talk. You see the tone. It's like he thinks that it's a game.
Yes.
Religion is just satu mainan you can play around. It's not there. You have to have a direct respect for the religion. You cannot belittle any religion, nor you can belittle Hinduism, Christianity. No religion should be belittled. Very simple as that. And even the Islamic religion is very clear. He said, do not belittle another religion because
Correct.
they will belittle us back.
Yes.
So your issue is actually satirical. You're creating a reverse kind of thing. You are trying to say something, but actually you're trying to mock the religion.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
what people get very angry. Because Ngah Komeng should understand that religion is very, very private. Religion is very, very sensitive. So don't make a mockery out of it.
Especially you mentioned about rituals.
Correct. You
solat,
don't involve. You don't involve into the rights of the religion, the
Rights,
akidah, the
yes.
doctrines. You don't. The practice of religion. You cannot go and become an imam and want to conduct a prayer.
Cannot.
You want to create a salah. You go and do you're Christian. You have your prayer. Go and do your prayer. Why do you have to simply come and mock yourself into it? You are just creating an unnecessary environment. And actually it's a trap for a lot of us. But sometimes we also fall into because it's about religion we want to defend.
Yep.
But very clear for me lah. For me, if you ask me, people like Ngah Komeng, you cannot rationalize or you cannot reason out with him. For us, we have to make sure God changes him. We pray to God that he will be changed.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
He's just we solat hajat lah.
Yeah.
Or kita because you see, the greatest enemies of Islam is also succumbs to these writings. The Caliph Umar al-Khattab. He was a great enemy of Muslim, but when he heard the sister reciting the ayat Ta'ah, is it?
Softened
It
his
softened. So let's dedicate the ayat Ta'ah to Ngah Komeng with that confidence that Allah will change his mind, and he cannot fight with God.
Yes.
So let's put it that way. Give him. You can talk anything you want to, but we'll pray for him. That one day you will be a good Muslim.
Okay, so all past member can now start do solat hajat so that while being a
Because you're waste of time fighting that person. Because for us, he's very powerful because he's in the government, and we are just wasting our time. But he cannot be more powerful than God.
Yes. Okay. Very clear. Very clear. Okay. Very clear, Dr. Bala. Now maybe the last part of this very enlightening, very illuminating discussion. Something about Selangor that I want to ask Dr. Bala. Okay, Selangor, you said that different states have different dynamic. Terengganu is different, Kelantan is different. Selangor, of course, is different. The demography is different. So, what actually PAS can offer to the people of Selangor, especially the non-Muslim, the non-Malay in Selangor? Is PAS can give something, offer something on the governance, and can be the government of Selangor?
You see, the non-Muslims are only talking about justice and fairness.
Yes.
Because everything goes down with that. When you have justice and fairness, education policies come into place, social policies come into place. So, and knowing Islam is fair to all. But it is fair where it is due. It is equitable justice. It is not equality.
It's not equality, yeah.
You must understand that. That means, for example, if I'm 6 feet tall and I have a wall to go across, and I've got 2-3 fellows who are 4 feet and 3 feet, I don't get any because I'm already 6 feet.
Yes.
The 3 feet gets 3 feet, the 4 feet get 2 feet.
Yep.
And that
To level
creates
up.
the equality.
I see. Yes.
Equitable justice create equality on the top. That is how Islam defines
Yes.
justice.
Adil.
We have to understand that.
Yeah.
Adil
Yeah.
in that sense.
Yeah.
Not equality. Equality is not fair.
Not fair.
Because fairness is equitable justice. You put everything into place and you create the equality.
I see.
So we need to ensure that the government practices that and show to the people that this is what they're doing. Educating people is very important in this matter. You cannot assume things. Why we are doing that? Everything must have a reason. We must be clear. So kita jangan menyerang, kita menerang.
Menerang. Bukan menyerang,
Ya, kita jangan menyerang. Kita menerang.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
Alright.
we embrace love. We don't talk about hate. Kita run upkan kebencian dengan kasih sayang.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
when everything changes in that matter, things will go accordingly. People will see. Dakwah is not about just rhetoric. Dakwah is cara hidup itself.
Yes.
The way you live when people say, wow, this is beautiful. So how you talk. That's why it's very important for the leaders in Selangor to be very, very careful in whatever statements they make. When it comes to non-Muslim matters, please consult DHPP
Yes.
before you create statement, because sometimes out of your kegairahan, you do things, you will create a lot of unwarranted disharmony.
I see.
So if there is an issue relating to non-Muslim matters, consult DHP first before you give a statement. That will put everything into balance. So we will tell you exactly what you should be saying, what you should not, and how we could balance. But whatever, at any cost, you should not compromise on truth.
Of course.
So that's how we should do. So for Selangor, let the people see what Islamic justice can bring about.
So yes.
You know, so when you talk about, so we don't talk about Malays anymore. Malay is a race.
Yes.
Hidup Melayu tak jamin Islam selamat.
Correct.
Hidup Islam kita semua selamat.
Wow.
So that is the context that we need to believe in.
Yes.
And so we see that, you see, for example, like Terengganu, we have this motto, maju berkat sejahtera. It's meant for everything to progress, and then governance follows progression. It follows divine guidance. Dia jadi berkat. You get blessings. And when there is berkat, society experiences sejahtera, well-being. And this is what we call heaven on earth. Harmony, safety and dignity. So, Terengganu, maju, berkat, sejahtera. That's what we are looking for. So everyone is, nobody is left behind. Everyone is given that due respect.
Based on that equality.
Even though non-Muslims only 2.5%, 3%, they still put an officer to work together.
I see. Yeah.
To ensure that we can understand any issues we can bring about. You know, so this is things that people have to see. There are so many bigger things you can see, and there are about 90% of similarities in religion, but we only look at the 10% and start arguing on that.
Difference, yeah.
Yeah. So let us ensure that, you know, we want the non-Muslim to understand DHPP, why we are there, because DHPP is a proof that Islamic governance and multi-religious society are not in contradiction. It is a model of justice, accountability, and mutual respect. And non-Muslims in the past are there because they see fairness in action and not in theory. Okay?
Right.
So for me to talk about or close up the line on DHPP, I would say DHPP is where faith guides governance and justice protects everyone. We are there to ensure that faith guides the governance of our people, and the faith protects everyone, and justice protects everyone of us. So basically, that's how I would say that why I am now we pass, why I have to ensure that we have to be there to ensure that everything is put into place accordingly.
Beautiful answer. Thank you, Dr. Bala. Maybe, I mean, again and again, I say that this is very illuminating discussion, but we always ask this question in here in What's Next podcast. The last question to you, Dr. Bala, in 2 minutes to conclude all your points. Dr. Bala, what's next for Malaysia?
The time has come for non-Muslim to ponder, think, use their mind to decide what's good for the country. They have no choice. If they want to see this country in the right perspective, there must be justice and fairness. There must be beautification and morality. Then you see the country growing. Yes, we need material gain. It should be balanced with spirituality. You know, so that we give we ask the non-Muslims to see, look and find truth independently. Just check out with all the, go to the state in Kelantan, Terengganu, Kedah, and find out how we are working together, how we coexist, what is our problem, whatever things, find out from them. And give PAS a chance to lead. And I assure you and believe that when PAS governs Malaysia, we have no worries about being frightened about things. We can be assured that we have the right to ask for justice. We have the right to fight for our rights. And we have the right to be what we are. Malaysians, for the betterment of everyone. Thank you so much.
Last question, one word, PAS for all, reality or fantasy?
For me, PAS for all is a reality.
Thank you very
so
much,
much.
Dr. Balachandran,
So
for
much.
being with us.
Thank you so
in
much.
What's That
I hope
podcast.
we have enlightened a lot of them.
Yes,
Think about
yes,
our talks. I
certainly.
mean, we are not telling that you have to straight away agree or disagree.
Yes.
Think about what we have talked about here for you to ponder and look at what we can do for our future generations for time to come.
Thank you very
Because
much,
the country
Dr.
needs a change that has to be accountable to God, so that we all have what we know as a very good, fair, inclusive and united society. Thank you so much.
We are lucky today to have Dr. Balachandran. Thank you very much for coming to our studio for our podcast What's Next with topic PAS for All, a reality of fantasy, and has been answered clearly by Dr. Bala. It is a reality. And to all audiences, check out our recording of this video podcast in 3 channels. Number 1 is YouTube People Post Studio, POS Studio, and second, TikTok People of Selangor. And also our video is available at FB PAS Selangor. So this is series number 5, podcast What's Next with your host Yusfarizal Yussoff, and I'll see you next week. We have another special guest with another hot topic, important topic to be discussed in What's Next podcast. And again, thank you, Dr. Bala. I see you for the next series.
Thank you so much
very
again. Thank you so much for giving these privileges. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
What's next? What's next? Na 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 na. What's next? What's next? Na 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 na.